In today's golf lesson video, I'm going to give you some golf swing basics to help you compress your irons. If you feel like you cast the golf club in your downswing, these simple golf tips will transform your strike and get you puring your irons all day long. Time to stop fatting and thinning those iron shots once and for all. Before I give you these simple golf tips though, if you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. If you're a returning viewer, hello again. Little reminder for you all, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. It helps me to continue to make free content just like this to help you lower your scores. Hit the thumbs up and turn that bell on so you get notified of when I upload all my new videos. So what is casting and why is it causing you to misstrike your golf shots? Well, if I'm to swing to the top of my backswing here, I create an angle between the club and my lead forearm. As I start my downswing, casting would be a loss of this angle. So as I start my downswing, I lose this angle far too quickly compared to great strikers of the golf ball, which keep that angle in there for a lot longer. And most people that are casting the golf club on that downswing is because they're not getting into a great backswing position. Generally speaking, most of the lessons that I give that are casting the golf club is because they get very narrow at the top of their backswings. Hands get too close to their head and body, whereas mine would be a lot further and stretched away. This leads to bent lead arms in the backswing, a lot of cupping in that lead wrist, which will open the face and add lots of loft. And then because you're so close at the top of your backswing and you've lost so much width, you try and get it back in the start of your downswing, which is where you lose all these wrist angles and start casting that club away from you, because that's the only place you've got to go. That also causes pressures and weights to be all over the place, and generally speaking, too far behind the golf ball. So the low point of this club starts to be behind the golf ball rather than in front, which we want to strike the golf ball pure. So first things first, to get rid of your casting, we need to get you into a better backswing position. And this is going to be super easy. Set yourself up to the golf ball like you normally do. And what I want you to do, once you've set yourself up, is get your trail hand to extend as much as you can. So I've set myself up and I'm going to extend my trail wrist as much as I can. And I've already created this sort of 90-degree angle between my lead arm and shaft. So I've got that bit done really early for this drill. Then all I want you to do is turn and keep your hand as far away from your body as you can. Now I've got a flat lead wrist here, my club is in a lot stronger position, and I've got my width. So now I don't need to cast the golf club, which then moves us on to the downswing and not casting. I want you to try and keep that angle that you create early in that first tip for as long as you can in your downswing. Now, for casters out there that are trying this might actually feel like you increase this angle because you're so used to throwing this club away, but it's not. We don't want to increase it. We just want to maintain the angle that we create. And here's a couple of checkpoints that I want you to hit. Set yourself up. Tip number one, add loads of extension into this trail wrist. Then turn your body up to the top. First port of call and first little rep that I want you to do is just keep this 90-degree angle between shaft and lead arm until you get this arm parallel to the floor. Next one that I want you to achieve is to still keep it, and I want you to hit your trail leg with your hands before that club head. So if I was casting and getting rid of these angles, club head, hands all would line up with my trail leg. I want your hands to get there first. Keep that angle in until you get lead arm parallel to the floor. And now we're going to get our hands to our trail thigh before that club head. That's the feel that we want to create here and then here. And if you look at that, you'll see that I'm creating a really nice environment to get some forward shaft lean, which is what you want to compress that golf ball and strike your irons better. I've also got my wrist angle sorted, remember, at the start of my golf swing. So getting that extension in that trail wrist nice and early, turning up to the top, I've still got that club in a nice strong position. As I move down, keeping these angles, I'm not changing any wrist angles. I've still got that club in a nice strong position. As I move down, hands hit my trail thigh first before that club head. And now as I carry on, forward shaft lean, a club in a really nice strong position, and I'm going to have my low point in front of that golf ball, because now I'm able to start moving into my front side and put some pressure on my front foot rather than here casting, oh, my weight's too far back, I'm going to catch the ground too far behind the golf ball. So all of a sudden I've created a really simple backswing, downswing that's going to get that club in a strong position and stop you casting. Now I'm also going to show you this with my Hack Motion wrist sensor on. Let me just pop it on and get it turned on, because this thing is going to give me live data to prove that those tips are working for you. So let me just turn that on. Boop. I'm going to open up the Hack Motion app, go into full swing, go into drills, and at the bottom here they've got a casting drill. Just going to collaborate my sensor so we're all set up and ready to go. That is all working, and let's start the drill. The Hack Motion wrist sensor I use all the time with my students when it comes to casting. And this, if you have a Hack Motion wrist sensor yourself, you can do this at home on your own. What you basically got to do is set yourself up into your address position, and it will tell you when you're ready. With that noise, I'm going to add my extension into that trail wrist and turn to the top of my backswing. And now I've got to try and keep that angle in, which I've done. And if you look, my lead arm is parallel to the floor. I've kept that angle between club and lead arm. I can then carry on down here and hit through. So it's telling me that I'm not letting go of those angles. Whereas if I set myself up again, here, I'm ready, add that extension in up to the top, and now I've thrown my angles away, it's going to give me that live feedback. And let's just take a look at the numbers quickly. If I go into the data, on the first one that I captured, I have at the top of my backswing 118 degrees between my lead forearm and that shaft. As I move into transition, I've actually increased how much angle I have, but I've not casted it. If I go to my second rep, 115 at the top of my backswing again, but I've gone to 146 degrees between my lead arm and that shaft, adding 31 degrees of casting. And that's where I find the Hack Motion wrist sensor so valuable, and so do so many of my students, because you're getting that live feedback of, oh no, that's where I don't want to go, that's where I want to go. And you can start rehearsing this at home. Okay, so I've got the width in my backswing, I've added that extension into my trail wrist, I've kept my arms as far away from my body as I now can to create that width. Now I'm going to see those feels that I want to achieve, and I can start adding in a bit of a push into my lead side, which for casters out there, you wouldn't have felt that before either. Here and push, 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 push and push out, and then you're going through to your finish. It's so good for live feedback, and it proves that these simple golf tips that I've given you are working. Let's try it again and hit one this time. So get into my setup here, add that extension and up to the top. Down I go, good. Down I go, and hit one. If you've got the luxury of a Hack Motion wrist sensor at home, great, use it and get that live feedback all the time to get rid of that casting and get you hitting that golf ball better. If you don't have that luxury, use those simple tips that I've given you at the start, because like Hack Motion shows us, they're working for you. And when it comes to hitting some golf balls, set yourself up, get that extension in that trail wrist, turn to the top and keep that width. Now, our aim of the game is to keep that angle once our club's parallel to the, or our arms parallel to the floor. And then we're trying to get our hands to our right thigh before the club head and just chips them forward. Here, here. Doesn't have to be hard, and just build it up slowly. And then you'll start to get that feel, that strike, into your full speed. Here, up to the top, down, speed it up, and then add it into your main swing. Oh, that's a strike, isn't it? Yes, please. Let me know in the comments down below if these simple golf tips help you stop casting the golf club and get you striking your irons better. I'd love to know. Hit me up in the comments. And a little reminder for you all again, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you are enjoying the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps me to continue to make free content just like this to help you lower your scores. Hit the thumbs up, turn your bell on so you get notified of when I upload all my new videos. I hope that helps you stop casting the golf club. See you in the next one.